Peter King with us, Football Morning in America. If you looked at Kyler Murray's tape last week or just saw the brief period of time that he was on the field, Peter, what did you make out of Kyler Murray?
I made this. A lot of times you look at some of these quarterbacks and they're playing in their first NFL game, even though obviously it doesn't matter. And the first thing I want to see is, and again, it's hard to tell just from watching whatever it was, 8 or 10 snaps on tape. It's really hard to tell, but you want to see any evidence that it might be too big for him. And Kyler Murray looked like he's looked in his entire career, just like nothing, no big deal. It's just football. And I think obviously what Cliff Kingsbury wants is to install this offense gradually. He hasn't gotten it all in yet. Mm-hmm. And he wants to install this offense gradually. And as he does so, he wants Kyler Murray to feel very comfortable with everything they're doing. And Brad, he looked very comfortable the other night.
Peter, knowing you through the years and your love of baseball, I would think that when you're sitting with Kyler Murray at some point, you've never sat with a player, an athlete that's been drafted top 10 in 2 sports, have you?
No.
And your love of baseball.
I think that's because there isn't one.
Right. And your love of baseball, too, because you are a baseball fan.
Yeah.
I would think the two of you better book more than 20 minutes of time with Mark Dalton for Kyler Murray.
Well, what's interesting? I asked Jameis Winston the other day, a week or so ago. He told me before he was drafted in 2015 that he still had this thing in the back of his mind, the possibility of being able to play 2 sports. And he talked openly of his admiration for Kyler Murray.
Don't you think, though, in conversation that the NFL and even college, they want to see more athletes than specialists? I've been told that.
Yeah.
Because the specialist does not have as much tread left on the tire if all he does is throw a pitch or throw a football, and it's the same motion over and over and over. Go wrestle. Go play track. My son plays water polo. Now he's going over to the football side of things. Don't you sense that too, Peter? The NFL would like to see more athletes, not just specialists?
No question. And that's why I don't think we should say that it's impossible that Kyler Murray, that it's impossible to think of him as a 2-sport player. I mean, Deion Sanders did it. It was mayhem, but he did it, and he was excellent in both games. I mean, this is a guy who started multiple World Series games. And so, look, I don't know. I'm sure that right now this is the last thing that Kyler Murray is thinking of, and I'm sure it's the last thing the Cardinals are thinking of. But one day, I think it'd be really good for sports, really good for humankind. That's probably exaggerating a little bit too much, but it'll be a great example to kids these days. See, you can achieve at the highest level in more than one sport. I think we have gone crazy in this country with specialization, and that's why I think that's one of the good things about Kyler Murray. He has shown kids around the country, listen, if somebody tells you when you're in 9th grade, listen, you can't be the quarterback on our team unless you give up baseball. Well, you ought to give up football then, because it's an unfair thing to ask a kid.